The camera turns on, neatly placed upon a stack of books with Kaida's gloved hand draped over the side within view of the camera, giving a brief acknowledgement by the raising of her fingers. A park stretches out beyond the camera, within the sounds of children laughing and birds singing.
Good morning, Miss Kanna. You wanted a brief video showcasing our talent. Well, since my latest hypothesis on self-insecurities leading even the most faithful marriages to crumble to affairs was just published, I have some time to myself.
Kaida pulls out a clipboard from the stack of books and begins writing.
When I have a day off, I like to come here and study the people I see. Many regulars have routes through the park, whether it's a routine jog or just taking their dog for a walk. Many of the faces are the same.
Her writing stops for a moment as she observes a few familiar faces around the park, tapping her pen against the clipboard.
The girl with the sunglasses on, walking the Rottweiler. She's a former ultimate. Might have been in one of your classes. Many of them seem to settle into the neighborhood after they find success, if it doesn't impact their talent. As a dog trainer, she's partnered with local businesses and hotels to manage her clientele if she can't make the trip to them.
Kaida then continues to write. A ringtone plays nearby, and she pauses to take out her phone before the video cuts out. It picks back up soon after, trailing a man jogging by.
I recognize that man. He's an alum of the Talent Reparation Program. A former thief, I believe. He works in speech therapy now, and heads the reparation program to help others who need to become more than their undesirable talents. I could write an entire thesis on his body language compared to the remorseful look in his eyes. Or perhaps on why he wears that disgustingly bright cardigan.
She then readjusts the camera to its neutral position again, and begins scribbling down more notes.
The paramedic and pharmacist, on another date. You'd think after walking this way for months together, they'd lose the doe-eye affection for one another. The sentimentality of domestic bliss sickens me. I can smell it from here. Oh, wait, that's the caked on perfume.
A figure begins crossing the grass, seemingly in Kaida's direction. She pauses, then picks up the stack of books alongside her camera.
Study's over. Apparently objectivity can be hijacked by simple-minded fools on a consistent basis.
The man calls for her, and the video is quickly shut off. When it picks back up, Kaida rests the books down on another bench, taking in the sights of the park without another word, just some scribbles upon her clipboard and the occasional hum of recognition. After 4 pages are filled on both sides, Kaida finally places the clipboard under the camera and turns it off. When the video resumes, Kaida can be seen at her desk translating all her notes to an old laptop. A cup of instant noodles sit upon her desktop, indicating she is eating as she works.
My studies mostly take place during the day, contrary to those of my parents, so most of my nights are spent alone as I collect my thoughts and turn them into intricately sourced and deliberated papers.
A small gray and brown pigeon lands atop her head, and she pauses for just a moment.
I didn't let you out of your cage, Nova. Ha! Smarter by the minute. All right, my little stellar genius. I suppose you can work with me.
The video continues in silence as Kaida continues to write and eat, with the pigeon nesting contently in her hair. As the sound of a car pulls into the driveway, Kaida silently lifts a hand to her hair, allowing Nova to perch on her fingers as she gently carries her back to the cage and drapes a blanket over it.
13 pages. Not enough. I thought I had more time.
She walks back to the computer, saving her document and closing it out before picking up the camera and fiddling with it.
Miss Kanna, I found this study entirely redundant. If you'd allow us a day in your life, it would be far more productive than you trying to get us to showcase what truly makes our talents our own. Because truly, there's less to learn from these than you would just learn in a mandatory day at class. Regardless, I suppose that was a day in my life.